Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the final weekend of live masterclasses by the Singapore Food Festival. So thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Roz. If you're tuning in from WebEx from Singapore, you would have already bought your ingredients kit. So just stand by, all the equipment and all your ingredients will be cooking along in a short bit. If you're tuning in from Bangkok, WebEx, the ingredients kit will be made ready for you right after this session, okay? For those of you who are tuning in to us from Facebook and Twitch, hello, hello, hello. Feel free to drop your questions to us and we'll try to answer them as the live masterclass moves along. And of course, if you want the full ingredient list and the recipe in detail, please subscribe to our mailing list at singaporefoodfestival.sg to get your recipe. Okay, so today we're going to be having a four-hands cook-off from Singapore and in Bangkok. First, from Singapore, we're going to be inviting the executive chef of a neo-Indian cuisine restaurant that was also the first Indian restaurant in Southeast Asia to win 1 Michelin star. Please give it up for Chef Mural of the Song of India. Hello, hello. And of course, dialing into us live from Bangkok is chef and co-owner of urban farming and carbon neutral restaurant Hauma, Chef Deepanker Khosla. Woohoo!
Thank you.
All right, so how did this collaboration come about? You guys friends? You want to talk about this? How do you put this together?
I think we know each other, and I had invited chef to my restaurant, and we did a very fantastic, amazing four-hand dinners, and we know much more now better. Yes. So I think this was a good opportunity to work together. Yes. And as chef has traveled from India to Thailand, and I've been traveled from India to Singapore. So we have that culture, Asian culture, and our localizing the food. I think that's what our speciality. Nice. So that's how we catch together.
Do you feel the same way, Chef DK? Are you friends?
Yes, absolutely. I was very grateful that Chef invited me to come down to Singapore last year. And it was a great collaboration that we did. And as you mentioned earlier, Chef is right at the top of Indian cooking in Southeast Asia. So to be honest, while climbing up the ladder, I'd always looked up to him, and getting to cook with him was a great opportunity. And considering the fact that travel's restricted, to be even able to do this with Chef, I feel pretty honored, and it's great that we can do a little collaboration and cook for everybody, showcasing the styles that we cook in. Just let Chef take the lead.
All right. Okay, so what are we cooking today?
We are cooking is a laksa infused.
Okay, you've said the magic word. Laksa is legit my favorite Singapore dish. Okay, so wait, laksa what, sorry?
It's a laksa infused Kerala moili sauce.
Okay.
So it's something familiar ingredients what you use in the laksa, the coconut cream and a lot of other stuff like mustard, which is very, very Indianized. Yeah. So it's a sauce which is infused with laksa, but at the same time, we are going to serve the salmon with more on technique in the modern way, like some gravy mustard, lime juice, pan sear, and serve it with the...
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. And of course, Chef DK, this is my second four hands, between Singapore and another country. I'm pretty sure Chef DK is going to funk it up a little bit, right? You want to talk us through your version?
Absolutely. Yes, so when we did discuss about the dish, laksa came across as a dish that is cooked all over the subcontinent. It's cooked all over Southeast Asia as well. And we wanted to do our own versions. 7 years ago when I moved to Thailand, I went to Chiang Mai and I tried this Cumin curry. They call it curry by Ira, which has all of the ingredients and tastes exactly the same as the Madras curry, the classic Madras curry from India. And today, that is what I'm going to cook. I'm using all of the Indian spices as a part of the SpiceSutra. We'll take you through the journey of the spices. And at the same time, as you see all of these ingredients that we've got here for you, followed by the ingredients that are used to create by Ira. We've got them prepped here, and we're gonna cook them together into our classic style of the Madras curry. And along with that, I've got some fresh tiger prawns that come from the Ayutthaya River, and we're gonna be cooking with that, and some local noodles, rice noodles that Thailand can't live without, neither can we. So we're gonna spice our laksa up with that today.
That's crazy. Before we dive into the dish, right, I need to ask this question because clearly, like, you know, I associate spice of India. I mean, you guys, like, India is just a very ancient culinary, you know, world, like, right? Is there a difference between Indian spices and Southeast Asian spices?
I think India has been always known as a capital of spices. You know, like Vasco da Gama is the one from Portuguese who visited and he conquered that, you know, discovery of Indian spices. So I think the varieties of the Indian spices, what you get in India, I think it's commendable.
Yeah.
But yes, but how the Southeast Asia, you go to the different countries, I think you discover more different spices.
Yes.
So it's like example Thai cuisine. So chef, what he cooks, I think he also plays with around with so many spices, which are so many spices that's familiar to India.
Yes. So do you think like Southeast Asian spices are a more watered down version of Indian spices?
Yeah, I think DK chef can answer this.
DK, do you think it's a more watered down version in Southeast Asian spices?
Not really, Rosalyn. So if you actually do a little bit of, you geek out a little bit and see that the spice route started out of Madras. And the spices were flowing all over Southeast Asia. And the Chola dynasty, back in the day, that was ruling over Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka, most parts of Java, which is now Indonesia, and Malaysia, Cambodia, which was Sambor. So the spices were actually traveling with these, with the Chola dynasty. And most of the spices that you see that come out of India, because of the varied temperatures, are then used in their fresher forms in countries like Thailand and Malaysia, because it's all tropic climates. But in India, we see severe change of season as compared to Thailand. In Thailand, we joke, we say there are 3 seasons. It's called hot, hotter, hottest. So not really much dried spices seen here. For example, in India, we use turmeric dried, always as a powder. But in Thailand, you never see that. It's always used fresh because it's available 12 months a year. So not really watered down, I would say, more in the infant stage.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Very, very classy explanation. Okay, so I can see that, you know, although you say this is an laksa infused dish, it would be very little elements of laksa in it. It's still very much led by the spices. And for your style, Chef Mural, it's more Kerala curry led, and for Chef DK, it's more Madras curry. Okay, cool. Like let's get to cooking. Please make use of me. I'm your assistant today. What are the ingredients are we using today?
We are using the grainy mustard lime juice, like a ginger garlic paste for the marination of the salmon.
What is this?
That is laksa.
Oh, this is the laksa paste.
Yeah, so
Did you make this yourself?
Yes,
Nice.
I think it's something which I learned here, and it's become one of my
Let's see.
something which.
I'm gonna smell it. Yep, can smell the prawn in there. This is amazing. Okay, cool.
And to give a bit of touch, I'm using curry leaves, then kaffir lime leaf,
Nice.
some red chilies,
Okay.
and then of course there's some chopped ginger in the curry. And of course, the basic Indian food is more on tomatoes, onion and tomatoes. We are using onion and some tomatoes.
Nice.
We are using a Kashmiri red chili to
Nice.
give a nice color to the dish, and of course the mustard. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so we're using salmon today.
Yes.
Okay, is this like the best fish to pair with a curry like that?
See, often in Indian food, the salmon, it's not so much common. But you know, that is what has made us as chef to come over from India. And salmon has become one of our top fish, you know. And people love it when you see in the international food scenario. So it upgrades the Indian food to the next level. But at the same time, Indian curry is so tasty. And if you're able to make it in a very good way, why can't a salmon can go so well? And it's already proven. So.
Okay, I've never had salmon curry before. I've had prawn curry. You know, that's what Chef DK is doing over in Bangkok. But salmon, this is like my first time. So let's dive into it. I want to see this process and see how this can work. Are you ready to cook? Chef DK, are you with us?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's try to see if we can like do it side by side, all right? We've got a question coming in from a viewer, Andrew Morrison, say, what is in the laksa paste? Are you serious? Oh, this laksa paste. What would you put in? This is your self-made laksa paste. What's in it besides the dried prawns?
Dried prawn. This I have given a little bit twist of Indian style. Like I have put the galanga.
Galanga, okay.
There's a kaffir lime leaf.
Kaffir lime.
The oil. I use the whole Kashmiri red chilies in this. So what I've done, use those things which are not like traditionally, but the taste is more the laksa. I think that's what I've learned.
So for those of us who are tuning in, for those who are tuning in and they didn't buy the ingredients kit, right? Can they actually recreate this recipe using a regular laksa paste?
Actually, yes. You can use the regular laksa paste. It would be very faster.
Okay.
And you can create the dish.
All right. Good to know. Okay, cool. Let's get to cooking. All right. Let's oil first. Chef DK, we're starting right now.
Yes, we go. Absolutely. So, Chef is using a laksa paste that he has created. On the other hand, when the Thai curry is made, we cook it on high flame, and I've broken down all of the ingredients. Our ingredients right here. I will just run you very quickly through the ingredients, and then we are going to start cooking. Okay. So in Thailand, we have some lemongrass here. Then we've got some galanga. I'm using some fresh young Thai ginger. Along with some garlic. Here we have a paste of white onion, which we use along with that to give it a nice body. Thai bird's eye chili, you can never miss that one out. Also, to give it a little bit more body, I just muddle in a couple of cloves of ginger. I like it nice and gingery. We've got some fermented kapi, which is Thai prawn paste. This is what gives the body to the Thai style Madras curry that we're making today, and also give a little bit touch of an oyster sauce. And then we've got all of the 10 spices that we are going to be using today right here. We've got some homemade fresh, so I've taken some Thai turmeric, and then I've made some homemade turmeric powder using my dehydrator. And the most important ingredient that goes into my dish here is fresh cumin. So this grows in the urban farm here at Haoma, and I'll be finishing my dish with fresh cumin. That's where all of the aromas and that's where the flavors pack in from into my dish.
I don't think I've ever seen fresh cumin in my life.
Of course, when you do come to Haoma, you will see at least 20 or 30 different spices growing in fresh forms. That's what we try to do, and that's how we reduce our carbon footprint, to be able to use those spices and herbs in their fresh form.
Yeah, I cannot wait, man. When the borders are open again, I'll definitely want to check out your restaurant.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to follow the lead. Chef's going to start cooking, and so am I. And as we go, I'm going to just give you inputs of how I go about it. I'm going to try to create a refined curry just like Chef is doing. So I'm going to take all of my spices and create a bouquet garni in a cheesecloth. When the viewers do buy the kits, we will be sending the cheesecloths along, so they can just they can put in all of the spices in there, and then we drop it into the curry. Yeah.
Nice. It's very interesting to see how Chef DK is adapting to the environment that he's cooking in. The both of you are, right? I mean, cooking Indian food using local spices and whatever herbs and everything that's available. Indian food in Bangkok using Thai spices and herbs. That's pretty mind blowing.
So what I'm going to do, starting my first step, is the marinating the salmon. So I'm using the...
This is a French mustard.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's which is one of my favorite.
I love this.
Yeah.
It is quite expensive as well. Take this
I think
away.
that's our vision is about, make Indian food more refined and more, that's my vision, of course, Chef DK's vision also. So I'm adding some salt.
Nice. Let me know what you need.
Some
garlic
paste.
Ginger.
Some ginger.
Okay.
Like crushed, little bit of like paste, crushed paste.
Yum, yum, yum.
So I'm going to mix it up. So just marinate. So that until when we make the sauce, it will absorb the nice.
Let's tilt the bowl a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like, okay. Let's tilt it a little. Yeah. We can see how that. Oh my God. Get those flavors in. The salmon just looks revitalized. Just now they were just like pale chunks.
It's giving. And what I'm going to give a little bit, I'm going to add little oil.
Okay.
So that it will.
Nice. How are you doing, Chef DK?
We're doing good. We are following the similar process that Chef is doing. I'm just giving it a little bit of oil, and then sauteing some of the cumin seeds in there. That's how we first start, and then I will start adding slowly all the minced herbs that we've created today.
Okay.
Starting with some lemongrass that's going in.
That's awesome. What are we putting in there first,
Yeah,
Chef
so
Mural?
what we are going to do now, I already put the oil,
Yeah, it looks
so it's almost
pretty heated up.
pretty heated up.
You
So
can see it smoking.
yes, so I'm going to add some mustard seeds.
Oh, this is when I'm going to step back a little.
So
'cause
it will be crackling.
It pops,
okay?
yeah.
So we have to be a little careful. But
I
that is how
love-
it gives a nice flavor.
Nice mustard
Yeah.
seeds.
Then adding some curry leaves. Yeah.
Nice.
Once the curry leaf we add, then we are going to add some onions.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really bright. Can you guys see at home what's happening? Oh, now we're talking. The smell in this studio, I tell you, it's almost nutty
Yeah.
from the curry leaves.
So the curry leaves and the mustard seeds are very, very important ingredient for the Kerala.
Nice.
And it gives a very nice tempering flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So meanwhile, I do the stirring. I think let's see what chef doing.
Yeah, Chef DK, what are you doing? So we've gotten our mustard seeds, onions, and curry leaves in.
Yes. As compared to chef's mustard seeds and curry leaves, I've used a base of Thai galangal and Thai lemongrass. That's gone in, and it's sauteing a little bit right now. That we are sauteing in a little bit of Thai rice bran oil, and I'm going to add in some onions now to brown them. That
Nice.
is what will go in next. Just going to add in a little bit of onion to give a nice caramel flavor to the laksa.
Nice. We've got a question that's come in from our viewer. Christopher Ang wants to know, does this dish work with a less oily fish? Chef Mural?
I think yes, it is.
Is there
because
anything this dish doesn't work with?
it can work with everything.
Okay.
Because the main highlight of this dish is the sauce.
Okay.
So I'm doing salmon, but you can do with any different fish.
Yeah.
You can do it with a barramundi or
Yeah.
or a black cod.
Okay.
Yeah.
So literally, the protein here is just the vehicle to transport that spice into your face hole. Okay. Just anything you want. Vegetables also can if you want. Okay.
So this one, this sauce doesn't need to do too much of browning of the onions. It is more like it has to be like translucent. It should not be
Yes.
too much fried.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a ginger. Okay.
That's a lot of ginger.
Yes, it will give a very nice, because later the secret of this sauce that we are going to strain it out.
Okay.
So it's not going to be in the
Yeah.
So
Because I was
something.
just wondering about those chunks of ginger.
So as me and Chef DK, we are really refining the Indian cuisine. So
Nice.
that's how you can see the transformation of the dish into
Yeah.
redefining.
That's awesome. Like, I personally think Indian cuisine doesn't need any refining. It's already like, apex cuisine for me. It's just so complex, the flavors you get.
Yeah, actually, Ross, what I feel, like when you have an Indian food and you suddenly have one cinnamon in your
Yeah.
while eating,
Yeah.
it distracts your flavor.
Okay.
So that's what I always feel. We
Right.
have to refine it so that you have the flavor in the sauces,
Yeah.
but doesn't make your distraction when you eat the
Nice.
food. That's what how we do it. I think the
Nice.
similar way Chef DK also works in that.
Nice. Okay. We don't want that anything stuck in the teeth. Chef
When I
DK?
was doing the event when I was doing the event with Chef Mural in Singapore, we had a whole conversation about this, that how Indian food is perceived to be pretty coarse because of the intensity of flavor. But at the same time, just like European cuisine, if you work on refining it a little bit further, you just take the punch in a more refined form, and it stays in more power. That is where you feel the lasting flavors and even more longer. Like Chef just mentioned, if while eating you bit on a cinnamon stick or a black peppercorn, it's going to distract you from the incredible flavors that we've created. So
Nice.
I think refining is the way to go, and that is what is putting the Indian food on the global map as well.
Nice. But just so you know, if I ever find a peppercorn in your food, I'll be still quite happy to eat it.
So I think the now stage is like onions is done, the ginger we have, but see, you can see it's not basically brown. It's more on translucent. So we're going to add the tomatoes now.
Okay.
Okay.
So besides cooking, what else can you use spices for? We talked about turmeric, like, you know, before we came on live. There's a drink in Kerala with turmeric and milk. What was that for?
Actually, it's been like we call it as a holistic drink. When you have a cough or a fever or something like that. So turmeric has been very, very, when young age, you know, mother used to give us, okay, this is something which really helps you. And turmeric, not only that, you know, it's very good for the facial.
Nice.
They make fresh turmeric are churned into paste and they apply on the paste. It gives, if you see, especially in the Kerala, the ladies, they apply the paste. So that is also in the health angle. So it's very, very holistic.
Nice.
And also, it's very good for the, like a toothpaste, you know, that's another one which is made
turmeric.
With the turmeric,
Your teeth won't be yellow?
No. I know chef also must. That is the how we people have been. Because it's become so holistic, so much Ayurveda. It gives a lot of the elements of Ayurveda.
Nice.
Ross, all of that passion of turmeric latte right now.
Yeah.
We've been in that trend since 1995.
Are you serious? No.
That's what an Indian kid in winters goes to bed with.
Are you serious?
A hot glass of milk with a spoon of turmeric. That's correct. So,
that's awesome.
Starbucks definitely picked it up from our grandmothers.
Oh, nice. Okay, we've got another question from Facebook from Godwill. Coffee and lime leaves aren't commonly found here in Manila. Oh, you're tuning in to us from Manila. Hello. Is there a possible alternative that can be used while sticking as near as possible to the desired taste? Coffee or lime leaves?
You can use the crushed lemongrass. Could be a good alternative.
Nice.
You take the lemongrass stick and crush it. You can add it.
Okay.
It can give a good something like that.
Okay. You don't just squeeze lime juice.
No. We are going to put a little bit of lime, but you know the flavor.
Okay.
I think it can do well.
That's awesome. Keep your questions coming through. As you can see, we're like very happy to answer them. And I'm suffering, epically suffering, because the smell is just amazing. How are we doing, Chef DK?
We're doing good. I just, my paste was ready and the onions were translucent, so I've added some turmeric in there. And I'm adding some green chili, some Thai bird's eye chili in there. This depends on how much heat you can take, so there's no fixed standard, but mildly spicy is what I'm making today.
So now here I'm putting the chilies.
Okay.
I'm using the Kashmiri chilies.
Are these as spicy as the Thai?
Kashmiri chilies are not spicy.
Yep.
It's lesser spicy, but it can give a good color.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm using the Kashmiri chili.
Nice.
So again, I agree what Chef DK, it depends on how much you eat spices. Yeah. So
there's like two ways of looking at spice, isn't it? Like spice as in the full breadth of flavor and also the heat from the chilies.
yes.
I like them both.
And I'm going to go a little bit of how I work. You know, I'm taking this laksa.
Yeah.
So I do a little bit of like 2 teaspoons of laksa.
Okay.
Paste. So I'm cooking in an Indian version.
Okay.
You know, like we do the stir fry, right? So I'm going to stir fry it for a while.
You see, this is why you're a chef and I'm just a home cook, because I have absolutely no discipline and I don't understand restraint. I will put this whole bowl in there. You know? So I need more of this, I'm just gonna like put more in there. Oh, just a little bit more of that. Huh? Okay. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's check if this pan is in shot. Can we check it so that you guys can see? All right. Okay, hang on. Let me just get the position for you. Ah, this is perfect. Okay, let's keep it there.
So,
Okay.
so I'm going to add a little bit water in this so that it will give a nice flavor.
Okay. Any water will do, right?
Any
You're not
water,
like particular about mineral or like
no, any
soft or hard water. Okay.
No. So you can see the flavor is already, aroma is there.
It's torture. Okay, Audrey, who's just tuned in, if we want to raise the heat level of this dish, can we just swap out the Kashmiri chilies with local chili padi?
Yes, of course, you can use it. But you know, the local chili is might spicy, so it might not give that color what you need.
Okay,
Because
so how about we add the Kashmiri chili and then chili padi?
probably it might become more spicy,
yeah.
but it's fine.
Okay.
It is not going to change the look of the
Right.
dish. Yeah.
Or can you put paprika in for color and then like use other chili? What if you don't have Kashmiri chili? That's what I'm wondering.
You can use any local chilies.
Okay.
Any local chili powder.
Okay.
Yeah, should be fine.
Nice. Look at it.
So we cook it for a while. Then, so what I'm going to do, the kaffir lime leaf.
Yeah.
So there is a way how you use the kaffir lime leaf. You have to
Pull the
pull
middle
it.
part away.
Yes. Then you can add in that.
We don't want that stem.
No, and that is how the flavor of the kaffir lime leaves comes in when you do this. And this is what I learned from a Thai chef.
Nice.
Yeah, when I was in India, I learned from her. So she taught me like how you use this.
So you mean prior to that, you've been putting the whole leaf in?
Yeah, you cannot have that flavor. So
Nice.
it has to come out from the stem.
So how do you know when this is done? Because you clearly know, but like how do I as a non-chef know when the sauce is ready?
I think what is important is that when you do cooking, right, try to do in a slow flame. So it will take at least 15-20 minutes to cook this dish.
Are there any visual cues to look out for?
Yeah, so you can see the oil is coming now, right?
The oil is separating.
So that means this is the right stage to put the coconut milk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have it on standby. DK, are you at the coconut milk stage now?
Yeah, I am absolutely. I think without being able to see what chef is doing, I'm trailing just right.
That's awesome. You guys are so in sync. It's not funny.
Yeah. But there's just a small difference. So before we add I wasn't talking for the meanwhile, but before we add the coconut milk, we just give a dash of oyster sauce here. This is a local oyster sauce. You can get it at any Chinese spice store. I like to use the one that has the black panda on it.
Oh, yes.
It works for my dishes. And just a spoonful, it gives a nice body to the Thai style Madras curry that we make here.
Nice. So I want to talk a bit about what you do in your restaurant in Bangkok, Chef DK. So I read online that it is a carbon neutral restaurant and you grow pretty much everything in your urban farming space. And nothing goes to waste. Like, even when you have leftovers, it goes back into feeding the fishes and the plants.
Yes.
Are you seriously carbon neutral?
Rose, I would like to say with what we do at the restaurant in the ecosystem we are. However, we are very closely working with our suppliers to be able to go 100% neutral because I can't say entirely that some of my produce is still coming from outside. So I'm not going to tell the viewers and you that, I'm 100% carbon neutral at the moment. But my endeavor is that by the end of the year. So we are now in the interim of building a farm where we are going to be growing our own poultry, our own fish, and all of our produce, and only cook with what we can go from there. Currently, around 70% of our produce is coming from what we grow. So 30% of the produce is coming from as close as possible to the restaurant, but there is still a little bit carbon footprint in that. But the endeavor would be to be able to reduce that, but not compromise with the taste and the authenticity of Indian food. And that is something that we keep working on here.
70% is a pretty high percentage. You're doing super well. I mean, well within your means, to make sure that everything is carbon neutral. This is more than a lot of restaurants can say. And to want to go beyond that and to ensure that your suppliers are also adhering to that. Will the chickens be in the restaurant is what I want to know when you start growing them. Will they be in that same space?
I wanted to. So I actually live next door to the restaurant. On the estate, my house is right there, and we are in the middle of the city. So the center of Bangkok, where the MRT and the BTS cross each other, is only 700 meters away from us. And I wanted to do the chickens in my lawn so that we could do the eggs here, but the High Commissioner of my residence, that is my wife, disapproves. So we have to move it away.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we tried to bring in a couple of them, and we started waking up at 5:30 a.m. with the beautiful natural alarms that the chickens bring with them. So it didn't work out.
Well, I cannot wait to see how you expand.
It would have been either the chickens or me in the house. You know what I chose.
Oh, I hope not the chickens. I don't know anymore. Okay, we've got a question coming in here. I think Chef Mural, you'll take this one. Christopher Ang wants to know, talking about spices, is it like baking with a ratio is very important, or are there no rules?
I think it depends on how is your take on the spices, but technically I feel if you put too much spices, you are going to miss out the flavor of the dish.
Yes.
But if you really prefer to go too much spice, then you are going to taste only the chilies.
Yeah.
So it's always appropriate to use the chilies as much possible, but at the same time the flavoring has to be there.
Okay.
So then you are going to enjoy the actual cooking. It could be any cuisine. It could be Indian or any South Asian cuisine.
Nice. All right, Christopher, I think we should just follow the recipe as much as we can to get the full flavor, and
So you
then
can see
play around when
now
you can.
we are in the like almost is almost cooking now. So like it's
This
boiling.
really looks like laksa, no?
Yeah. So I'm going to add a little salt now.
And then you're going to be straining that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So see, it's very important to thickness of the sauce. You know, it should not be too thick.
Yeah.
So we can adjust that thing in when we do this thing, transfer
This
into
is
the.
absolutely
Yes.
killing me right now.
So,
So
I think one important is that any chef should not be overconfident. I have to taste my sauce.
yeah, I think you shouldn't be overconfident. I should taste as well.
It's not. So this is. We can add a little bit more of laksa in this. It can.
I can still take. Actually, laksa is a very predominant flavor here.
Yeah.
Where do we dip this? Here.
I think we need little salt. I think.
Okay. I know. Let's put this away. Oh, actually, this is new. I'll put this away. Yeah.
So. Okay, so I think this is. See, the color is natural. The sauce is almost ready.
It's really, really
So
good.
let's go to chef. What he's.
Chef DK, it feels like Chef Mural wants to take this like a competition. His coconut milk is in, his sauce is almost ready. He wants to check if you're like, on par.
Absolutely not. Never a competition with chef, but we're trying to. What we've done in the meanwhile, while you guys were talking, is that I've added in a little bit of chicken stock. So I make some stock here using the remains of the chicken that we get in the restaurant, and I've just added that simmering because of the reason that the paste chef is using a cooked paste, and I'm using all of the raw ingredients as paste. So I've got to cook it on a little bit higher flame for a bit longer, so that the rawness of all of the ingredients can go away. And once we, so I added my chicken stock, and now I'm going to go ahead and add some of my coconut milk. And along with that, in Thailand, they say no curry is complete without some palm sugar. So we're going to add a little bit of palm sugar to get that high, tangy sweetness that is predominantly always available in the curries when you eat them on the streets of Thailand. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple of dashes of coconut milk in there and a little bit of palm sugar.
Nice. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're straining the sauce. Can we catch this? You can see it's really, really thick. Yes. I feel like you could feed the scraps to me and I'll be happy.
Yeah, but
But don't lah, right? It's not refined. Okay. Oh my goodness.
but if you are making it home,
Yeah.
if you prefer, you want to have the chunks of all the spices.
Yes.
Definitely, you can do that. Because we are here, we are showing our own style, but it's always.
I'm gonna try the chunks.
Yeah, please.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
How's the salt?
Pass. With extinction.
So.
With distinction, not extinction. Sorry, distinction.
So see this one. What we now I have strained it, but if you want to do it, you want to eat in home. Somebody want to do their own innovations,
Yeah, I can spread this on toast and it'll be amazing.
Wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought about it.
This is like a Laksa Bruschetta.
Yeah. And when you do the straining, right? So the main taste is like, see the one, right?
Nice.
So this is important that all the juices of this is there.
Okay, let's check with Chef DK and what's he doing right now.
Can you guys see the curry here?
Yeah, it's bubbling.
Yeah, it's bubbling. It's nice and getting the texture in there. There's two more elements I'm going to add before I strain my curry. I'm going to add a little bit of tender coconut water.
Nice.
I usually like to add the tender coconut water right towards the end to adjust the thickness, because then you can taste the freshness of the tropical water in there. So just a couple of dashes of tender coconut water. And along with that, I'm going to put in a little bit of tender coconut skin that you can bite upon.
Okay, I see there's a very
dish.
distinct difference in the colors of your curry. Yours is more yellow. Is the signature color of the Madras curry, isn't it? Like a lot more
That's
turmeric.
correct, yes. Yes.
I just cook Madras curry at home, so it's amazing. I love it.
So, as a matter of fact, as compared to the Kerala style that chef is cooking, the classic one in the Madras curry, the chili, the heat actually comes from the green chilies that we are putting. So we are not really using any chili. That's why the color stays very yellow, turmeric based.
Nice.
Yes.
So I think
Okay.
the sauce, our sauce is ready here. So I'm going to do the next
fish.
step of fish.
Do you think we could swap the pans
Yeah,
over?
definitely.
Okay. Oh, maybe actually the pan can stay there. Oh, we'll just, no, it can stay there.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Need oil.
Okay. Okay, Chef DK, we're just going to cook the fish and then we'll throw it back to you in a second.
Lovely. Go ahead, please.
Is there you have a tip for not overcooking fish? Because, you know, super tough fish is just not fun to eat.
When you do the cooking of it cooks very faster, the fish. So what I generally, what my style is that I take 7 to 8 minutes. So do one side
Yeah.
for 3.5 to 4 minutes, and the other one.
Okay.
So if you want to do very, very perfectionist, then you have to use the temperature, the
Yeah.
thermometer, that is better.
Yeah.
But I think the general is 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes could give
And what's the thickness of the fish, like you would say?
2 inches.
Okay.
Something 2 inches.
So a 2-inch steak would be like 4 minutes aside, and then the
Yes.
other 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what we.
Okay.
And if you have like an oven, right? So if you have a conventional oven, you can do just one side cooking,
Yeah.
and the other side could be done in the finishing in the oven.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's okay to like have the fish a bit like raw in the middle, because it will just cook through
Yes.
on its own
Yes.
when it's settling. Cool. How's
So I
DK
think I
doing?
want to taste it now.
Is it
It
spicy?
tastes all right.
Yeah? Are you sweating?
A little bit.
I will just.
Okay, wait.
My
just take it for you.
personal tolerance for heat is not on the Thai levels. It's more so North Indian levels. So I dare not put more chili in there, considering I'm eating this.
Okay, we got a question here from John. What is the closest dish to laksa in Indian cuisine, if at all?
Oh, I think this is very good question.
Yeah.
Actually, the laksa is not. We won't find so much the flavor what we use it. But I think could be one of the closest would be Goanese cuisine,
Okay.
which has a little bit of punch and a little bit of
Nice.
sourness, and they use a lot of dry fish.
Yeah.
Could be that could be one of them.
You know what? Even laksa in itself, there's so many different variations as well. I mean, the one that I'm familiar with in Singapore and I love is the Nonya laksa, the janggut, you know,
Yeah.
with coconut curry and like the shrimp paste and all that spices. Very, very little spice in there. And then there's also like the assam laksa. You know, we have the dry laksa.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, there are like a ton of different kinds of laksas there already. I would think it's safe to say that this kind of feeds off like, you know, the spices that we get that came down from India.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, and it can.
Cool. Look at that. How's the oil?
Yeah, it's getting heating.
What are your thoughts on an induction stove?
I
Asians
think
just
that's
love
one of
fire,
the-
right?
I think that's one of the challenges when
Yeah.
you go and cooking with different places.
Yeah.
And you have to. That's why I came here. I was
Yeah.
understanding how is this technically.
Yeah.
I think we like open fire.
Yes,
and
I
we,
do as
we
well.
like to cook open fire, and that's how because you can control the heat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do faster, you can do fast. You can want to do slower.
Yeah.
Once you become expertise, it's up to you.
Yeah.
So that's what. As a chefs, we like to do the open fire one. Is
Yeah.
much more better.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Chef DK, what's happening? Your pan looks clean again. You started a new pan. What's happening?
So I'm just putting it a little bit of oil in there, and then I'm broiling some star anise and cumin to get that nice flavor in there. And I'm gonna saute my prawns in this. And in the meanwhile, my sauce is getting strained, so I'm gonna then bring the sauce back and then simmer the prawns just a little bit in there. I'm gonna just get them a nice, beautiful color and then finish them in the sauce. I usually don't like to cook my prawns all the way through in the curry because I can't really control the cookness, the doneness of the prawn in that case. So that's why I like to do them separately and then just arrange the prawns and finish them along with the curry. And because you want some flavors in the prawn if you're just eating them by themselves, so a little bit of spice on the pan and a little bit of salt in the prawns gives it its own identity in the laksa.
That is amazing. I read a little tip online about how to check the doneness of a prawn. Correct me if I'm wrong. They say that when it curls to a C, that means it's cooked, and when it curls to an O, it means overcooked.
Yeah, I think that's a good hint.
That's a good guide. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I have actually a trick for the viewers. So what we do is that I like to see my prawns as big as they are, and that also gives a nice feel to the diners and the people when you're eating. You want to impress the person you're cooking for at home. So all you can do is just take a satay stick like this. You take a satay stick and you insert it right in the center of the prawn.
Yeah.
All the way till it reaches the tail. Mm-hmm. And then when you're cooking it, it doesn't really curl up and you can have the tail nice and wide, nice red color. So it looks pretty beautiful. I'm going to show it and show you how it looks like towards the end, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so the C and O does not apply to him.
Okay. So, yeah, because the way the chef is cooking is a very different method.
Different.
So our oil is heat, so I'm going to add a little bit of chilies.
Oh, I love that sizzle.
Okay, and then we are going to add this.
Okay, I'm going to hold it for you. I'll hold it for you, it's okay. So skin side down.
Yes.
On the bed of chili. This is very progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So Chef Mural, I got something to ask you about the Song of India, your restaurant. So it is the first Indian restaurant in Southeast Asia to get awarded 1 Michelin star. What do you think sets your restaurant apart from other Indian restaurants in Singapore?
I think what we have set the standard is about redefining the Indian cuisine. Mm-hmm. And as a Song of India part, we have brought all the cuisines from different world of India, different area of India. That's what our stronghold. And of course, my passion, my whole team, that quality is the first. Yeah. You have to do everything the same day what you're doing. I think that's the passion is the one. Me and my team really worked hard on that. I think that's what you need, a best team to prove every year. And we have proven that for 4 years.
Nice. That is awesome. So do you cook this salmon? You can see the salmon is actually cooking through really quickly from bottom up.
Yeah.
The tails are already like opaque.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and we can see Chef DK already with pink prawns in the pan. Oh, look at that.
I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And,
very erect.
Now the prawn is actually cooked through. It doesn't really curl, so you get like these nice, straight, beautiful prawns.
Yeah.
You can show off the tiger prawn while you're cooking at home.
I like that. Is there a reason why you didn't keep the heads on?
I don't really keep the head on because when I'm cooking the entire thing together, the butter that seeps out of the prawn makes it really greasy. So I like to process it separately. Okay. And the Thai river prawns, and especially in the monsoon season, which is the multiplying or the mating season, they're really full of roe and juice. So try to take the heads out. And some people like them. That can be just thrown into the curry to get some nice flavor as well. They will add the flavor. You can either remove them after, and if you like it exotic, then you can enjoy the heads as well with the curry. They're edible just fine.
Nice. Look at that.
So I have changed the direction.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was amazed. I went to Greece, one of the event. There I saw they love the curry which is made with the salmon.
Okay.
And the other one was the mackerel.
Nice.
I tasted that. I think it changes. The cuisine changes.
Yeah.
It's an Indian cuisine, but it's adapted according to the region.
Was it an Indian chef that made it?
Yeah, it's one of the Indian
Nice.
restaurants.
Nice.
And I was surprised. Oh wow, salmon curry.
Yeah.
I went there and I tried it, and it was good.
Nice.
It was good. And but the locals,
Yeah.
the Greece people, they like that.
Nice. And also the sound of mackerel curry as well. It's like one of
Wow.
my favorite fish.
I think one of the I ever seen such a fresh mackerel, and the size of the mackerel is amazing there.
Nice.
I'm hope sure chef also must have been experienced this kind of experience.
Yes, chef. Mackerel, even, back in India, mackerel is considered to be the fish of the masses. Over here, mackerel is considered to be the fish of the household. Everybody, like if you go to a Thai house, you will always see mackerel being sun-dried outside, and they use that, and then they pickle from it. And the bones and the head of the mackerel is then used to make the classic Thai fish sauce. And we see the mackerel everywhere, and how they've adapted. But back in India, in the name of mackerel, you would walk away saying, it smells. But over here, they love that smell.
But the
So,
smell is what I love about it. It's so funky.
What I'm going to give a little
Okay.
twist in this, once this is almost done now,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give a squeeze up line.
Yep. If you just tuned in to join us, we're using salmon here, and of course, Chef DK in Bangkok, he's using river prawns with his curry. And we said earlier on, Chef Mural has said earlier on that you can pretty much use any fish, you can use any protein. It really doesn't matter because the star of the show here is the is the curry. So can you even do a vegetable version of this?
Yeah, yes, you
With
can
mushrooms.
do mushroom. You can do with asparagus. You
Nice.
can do with the, the one kailan.
Oh yeah,
It can do very well.
Kailan curry,
Yes,
that's
yes.
a first.
So
Okay, do we want to maybe like put the plating here? Does this sauce, can it move around?
yeah, okay.
Just move it away. Then we'll turn this one off.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Off already.
Okay.
I'll just clean up.
Okay. Okay. So then I'll just put the plate here.
So
So are we ready to plate?
yeah,
And what about these 3 peppers?
that is a garnish. Later
Okay.
we will just toss it
Okay,
and
I'll
put
just
it
put
in
it
the-
right here for you.
Yeah.
How are you guys at home? Are you following closely? Okay.
So
Remember, you're going to get the full recipe, so don't have to worry about it, especially if you're tuning in to us from Facebook and Twitch. Just sign up, register at singaporefoodfestival.sg. The full recipe and how to make this dish will be made available to you.
Flour, show.
All right, Chef DK, we are plating. No pressure.
So I'm ready to plate as well.
All right.
So, just to finish what we do here, I'm gonna now take the fresh cumin leaves that I was showing you guys earlier. I'm just gonna wrap them up. Just treat them like a mint in a mojito. And just crush them with your hands. No
Yep.
need to really chop them because they're delicate leaves. If you chop them using a knife, they turn black. I like them nice and green in my sauce. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of saute. Once I see the leaves are green, you can really smell the cumin, the fresh cumin, and it's just such a unique flavor because most of us are not lucky enough to find the fresh cumin. But here in Thailand, it's readily available. So I'm just gonna, once I've sauteed my cumin leaves, I'm gonna put my strained Madras curry back.
Nice.
Connected with us.
Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, so just gonna heat it a little bit back again with the cumin leaves. And as I was speaking about earlier, to Thailand, I'm gonna add some tender coconut here. So I've just taken some tender coconut skin and I've sliced it. That can be nice and bitey when you're actually eating the laksa.
That's a really good idea as well, to add texture.
Absolutely. It also gives that, because I'm using prawn as compared to chef's salmon, which is a nice fatty fish. This also adds that fatty texture to the laksa, which makes it more filling. So if 2 people are eating this recipe, it'll fill them up nice and well as well.
Nice. Okay, we're going to continue plating for Singapore.
can I do the plating together?
Oh yeah, you can do the
Yeah,
plating
yeah.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So maybe this one can go here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we can do that first, yeah. Okay. Man, I can't like wait to attack that broth. Okay, this is perfect. Nice.
So what I'm going to do after this,
Do you need a spoon?
yeah, those chilies, right? So what I'm going to do, add this.
Just into the residual heat, right?
Yes.
And this as well.
Yeah, the peppers, all.
So we're just adding these bell peppers for color
Yes.
and a bit of crunch.
Yeah, and some coriander.
Yep. It's a really, really colorful dish. There you go.
So whatever the remaining of the oil, right, the salmon, so it will give the nice flavor to that.
Nice.
So no need to cook too much, just a bit only. It has a nice glaze.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm going to do the like.
On the side. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you need a bigger spoon? I'm sorry, I don't have a bigger spoon.
It's okay.
Would you prefer this dish for the...
Yeah,
Which
whichever the
one do you
good
think?
one. I think this one.
Yeah.
Because we,
Yeah.
while watching Chef DK, he cooked, overcooked.
Sorry about that, Chef.
No problem.
Oh, he heard us. Oh, this looks pretty.
So I've given that a little bit of a Singapore touch.
Is this already done plating?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take this away.
Okay.
Anyways, careful, huh? Is it hot? Okay. My bit is coming in soon. My bit is coming in soon. And that's when I taste it. Okay. Standing by. All right. Chef DK, we got a question for you from Hazel.
Yes, please.
What is the difference in flavor between fresh cumin and cumin powder?
As compared to when you're using fresh cumin, it's a little bit more pungent. The flavor is more herby as compared to when you're using a cumin seed. The cumin seed, the flavor opens up a little bit softer, but considering the fact that it's dried out, when you actually bite through it, it's a little bit bitter. But you don't find that when you do the same thing with a fresh cumin leaf. So it's more, it's like using mint powder as compared to fresh mint.
Nice.
You'll experience something similar.
Oh, fresh mint all the way. Can we get cumin leaf in Singapore?
I think yes, you can get it.
Thai supermarket,
Yes,
maybe.
you can get it. Plating.
Okay, so we're going to see Chef DK plating right now.
Okay, absolutely.
No pressure. I mean, we're done.
No pressure.
Can you talk us through the plating?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I see an earthen
So
pot.
I'm gonna adjust this a little bit so you guys can see me plate better.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm using a classic Thai clay pot. This is also going to be a part of the box that we send to you as a part to the viewers in Thailand. I usually use this because it also reminds me of home. This is what we do our biryanis back home in. And whilst Chef was plating, I just sauteed some of my local Thai rice vermicelli noodles. We call them woon sen here, which is going to be a part of the box. Just going to put them in the bottom. While sauteing this, I just in the water, I drop boiling this in the water, I drop in a little bit of cardamom. It gives a nice flavor to the noodles.
Oh man, I love tang hoon. That's tang hoon in Singapore, by the way. For those
Right.
tuning in.
Okay, lovely.
Oh, love, love, love. I don't think I've ever had Madras curry with noodles.
Oh, it is. I think it tastes good.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm just going to pour in all of my curry in there. So it'll nicely drench the noodles.
This is like a little one dish meal, isn't it? Like
Absolutely.
it's like
Absolutely.
a bowl of noodles.
One pot meal kind of stuff. Yes.
Okay. And then we're just going to see how you stuff the prawns in. Oh, like that, sticking out. Nice.
Absolutely. So the prawn, which is the star here, along with the curry, stays right grabbable. And how we usually eat this is that it's still got the satay stick on, so you can just hold the satay stick and eat from there.
Nice.
And while you're enjoying your noodles.
Perfect.
I'm sorry. My headphones just came out. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. Lovely. And I'm going to use 3 elements to finish the dish. I have some fresh coriander from the garden that I'm going to use on top over here. And then the cumin leaf that you've seen earlier, we've just got it as a cracker now. So we've nice and crispy.
Nice.
Just finishing it in the oil. And then I've made one of my signature herb oils that we use here at Haoma. We use a little bit of curry leaf along with some green chili and some coriander, and we make the oil. That gives a nice aroma to the dish we finish with.
Perfect.
Here we go. Classic home style Madras laksa.
I love that. I love that. And now we've got our dish ready as well for y'all to see the plated version. And there you go. This is the salmon curry, Kerala version, laksa infused. And it's got all that crunchy, colorful peppers on the side to embellish it, of course, flavored in the oil that the fish was cooked in. And look at those wilted chilies. OMG. Can I just eat? Yeah, thanks. Okay. I'm just going to eat. I just cannot deal. Are you going to join me?
Yeah, please. I think you are the first.
I am going to go first. I can't talk.
How is it?
I'm stunned into silence. I may be biased, but anything that's laksa infused, I would love. This is actually really, really, really good. I feel like it's really more laksa than Kerala.
Okay.
For some weird reason. I saw you put all the mustard seeds and everything. It still comes through. And you said this paste was an Indian-influenced
Yes.
laksa paste, right? But it's so well-rounded, very well-balanced.
Thank you.
Why am I even talking so much? I'm going to eat some more.
Chef DK, would you like to come and taste here?
Yeah. Come on.
I'm just gonna open my mouth. You can put a spoon in from there.
Oh my goodness.
May I?
Yes, of course. You may eat your own dish.
I think that's one of the...
So,
Expressions are really making me jealous out here because I know it'll be stunning, Chef's laksa.
it is really amazing. Of course, this is the pan-seared salmon laksa-infused curry that we have in Singapore. Of course, Chef DK from Haoma in Bangkok has done his version of the Madras laksa-infused prawn curry with bean vermicelli noodles. And of course, you can get the recipes for these like on singaporefoodfestival.sg. And those of you who are tuning in from WebEx in Bangkok, Chef DK has already prepared the ingredients box where you can purchase from him to recreate his version of the dish. And of course, here in Singapore, we have the recipe for you. You just need to sign up, singaporefoodfestival.sg. Thank you so much for creating this dish and changing how I think about salmon. Usually it's all brunch food, right? And to see it in curry and laksa as well, my heart is yours, lah. My heart is yours. Thank you so much, Chef DK, as well, for beaming in to us live from Bangkok. I hope to meet you in person when the borders are open again. And I wish you all the best with your...
to have you here at the restaurant, Rose.
Yeah, I wish you all the best in, going towards your carbon neutral goal. at the end of this year.
Thank you.
We'll be watching you closely in Halma.
One thing I want to share that, I'm coming
Yeah.
with a new restaurant.
Oh, yes.
That's what I want to share for DK. I also want to share with you that I'm coming with a fun dining restaurant,
Yes.
which is called as Adda,
Yes.
and is something comfort and Indian food.
I know, and we were just talking off camera, like Ada, spelled ADDA, it's gonna have a lot of like music and booze and food. I like the concept of fun dining.
Yes.
And when can we look forward to seeing that?
November? Yeah.
Okay, November. And that's why the Song of India is taking a pause right now so that Chef Mural can come up with all these like crazy ideas. And continue being jealous because I'll be here to check out Ada.
No.
All right, thank you so much, guys. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, and of course, your recipes.
And I would like to say thank you, Chef DK, and wonderful. It was wonderful cooking together.
It's always a pleasure to
Thank you.
work with you. Thank you, Chef.
And of course, don't forget, this is our final weekend of live masterclasses as part of the Singapore Food Festival. Do check out other live masterclasses. We have one coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m., Peranakan at Home with Malcolm Lee of Candle Nuts. So be sure to tune in for that. Tuning in is free. If you want to buy ingredients basket, you may purchase that in advance as well. My name is Roz, Chef Mural, Chef DK from Bangkok. Ta-ta!
Thank you very much.